These long-term AIDS survivors have left behind all but their most treasured goals. Their lives are a tribute to all of us who work to live life fully and without self-delusion.
I know, and I think we all have known people that have gotten AIDS and have gotten very sick very quickly and have died. They've just like gone off the planet like that. I think for me, I think I'm comfortable with myself and I'm able to deal enough with myself that I don't think I'm going to depart fast. I think you can choose to do that. I've watched friends do that. People that have been so uncomfortable in their own skin that they have just taken off and they've chosen AIDS as that vehicle to do it and physically manifested illness extremely acutely and extremely fast to get off the planet. Now that may sound very bizarre, but that's how I believe. I don't know if I chose to have AIDS or not, to answer your question. Maybe I did. Maybe it's part of my life path. You know, I think we all have lessons that we have to learn, and perhaps my vehicle to learn those lessons has been through AIDS.
I think it's sort of like a world disease that we've got here, you know. And so it's not the same as, you know, like me creating AIDS. I'm probably part of it, but AIDS is sort of a creation of the world. And so, and because of, you know, and sort of it's like Russian roulette that I got. I just happened to be one of the people that got it. Then I think some of the sicknesses that you were talking about, I helped to manifest those. Some things come out of my emotional state and my denial and my unwillingness to change and some of that stuff. But I don't think AIDS, I can say I decided when I, you know, didn't know about AIDS or hadn't heard of it yet in 1970 to have sex, and I got, you know, a virus in me. I don't think I chose that, you know. I think it was part of my, at that time, feeling that that we should express ourselves sexually, and that I should do that as a gay man.
We talked about it before, about it being just a matter of responsibility. I mean, everyone says that, you know, it's not being good or bad or whatever. I just feel like I was irresponsible. I'm not saying that I should be punished for that or not. It's just that I feel that I could have been smarter, but I chose not to be smart that night. That's all. I know that, but I don't know whether alcohol had something to do with it. I don't know.
Some of the greatest lessons I learned were through my times with Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous. You know, that was some of the greatest enlightenment I ever had. And that was a spiritual experience, much in the same way that dealing and living with AIDS is a spiritual experience for me. It affects my life in every way. It affects our lives in every way. You know, how we choose to look at everything now is different because of HIV.
A lot of times I have a difficult time saying, yes, I'm fortunate I have AIDS because I now am more aware of da-da-da-da, or I'm living my life in a different way. And I don't know, is that a reasonable trade-off? I don't think it is.
So you trade enlightenment for good health?
That's a hard one to answer too. What would happen if we were cured tomorrow? I don't know.
No, I wouldn't know if you could trade.
If I could trade?
Would you trade one for the other?
Oh, but he would have to lose everything that he's gained in this group. He'd have to lose all of that. Okay.
Then I
Is that
don't
what
think
you're
I
saying?
would. I don't think I think I'd stay and keep the virus, and keep the Enlightenment.
I like my enlightenment, if you want to call it that. I wouldn't change it for a fact.
I would. I totally agree with Dana. I mean,
With Dana, that
Totally.
brought this.
yeah. I mean, you could, whether it's AIDS or whatever. I needed something in my life, which is the only life that I can talk about. Might be the only life there is. I needed something, which is one of the ways that I think. It's like this is all something that I need to get through this life. All right. So I am sick. I have this thing because I need to do the work that I need to do to get through this life thing. And whether I chose it before I was born, whenever, I don't know. We don't know these things, It seems plausible. It's been so right on perfect for me that I must have chosen it at some point, or some higher intelligence chose it for me, because it has brought me in line. My world is about getting sober, getting healthy up here, and trying to figure out what in the fuck I'm doing here and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I really do think that I did choose it. Choose something.
Something.
Yeah, I chose this difficulty. All this stuff to happen so that I could reflect on what I was doing before and what's ahead for me. And I feel great. Other than feeling like I'm in a tunnel and feeling sick and all that, I feel great. Always feel great. Never does it falter for me. That.
I've been sick since last November.
He's so full of shit.
What are you talking about?
He always feels
Well,
great.
yes.
November.
Yes, but what is that? That's sick. I'm not mentally sick. I'm not spiritually sick at all. But I'm physically sick, and it's a pain in the ass. And it seems to get worse and worse. I don't feel that dying is the end of the road. I mean, I don't feel like that's the end. I am sick. It's awful. I can't do things. I can't two-step. I can't talk. I can't hear. I can't do all this stuff right now. And it's a real pain in the ass, but what? I mean, I'm just sick. I'm not...
Just sick.
What?
You said I'm just sick.
Yeah, I'm just
It's a lot.
It is a lot, but it's not the worst thing that could happen
I
to
didn't
me,
say
for
it
God's
was.
sake. The worst thing that could happen to me would be that I would still be in my living room in New York
Absolutely.
doing cocaine.
Absolutely.
4 days in a row.
Absolutely.
Totally lost.
That's
I
a choice
agree.
that you
That's-
made
yes.
once you found out you had AIDS, what you wanted to do
Right.
with that. That's a choice that you made,
Right.
which I applaud. Yeah.
And that would be and that's where I am today. Who knows where I'll be in 2 weeks?
What gives me strength is that inside of that kind of agreement, there's a point of emphasis for me. And the point of emphasis for me is that I did not choose this gift. I'll use that term. Okay?
How do you know?
But I did not choose this gift, okay? But I'm viewing it as a gift. And that I'll use it that way. Okay? And if it wasn't this gift, probably it would have been another. Okay? Fine. I view being queer that way. Okay? It's not a matter of whether I chose it or not. I think it's a silly and stupid question. Okay? Did I choose to be gay? Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't care. I think it's wonderful that I'm queer.
People that
I
live
think
any
it's
other way
great.
are just crazy.
And I'll use it that way. And I don't know where it came from. And my own personal system of trying to understand is that it's arrogant for me to try to figure. I'm fucking arrogant. I am beyond. Thank you very much for the affirmation, Derek. I appreciate that. But that's kind of like ultimate arrogance. Like, I know that this was part of the plan that was laid out for me, and then I chose.
You think that's arrogant?
Yeah, I really do. It's kind of like trying to understand the world.
Well, to understand it's
Okay.
a movie prize anyway.
Yeah, I'm understanding me, and I've defined it as a gift, and I'll use it that way. That's all. And that makes me feel good.
Bird flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, feeling good. Lord, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. To sleep in peace when day is done. That's what I mean. And this old world is a new world, and a bold world for me. Stars, stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Freedom is mine. I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life